All right, my third grade mathematicians, today we're going to continue our discussion of area, and not only are we going to be looking at areas of rectangles like we have been, but we're going to be looking at area of rectilinear shapes, and we'll talk about that when we get into our work. But first I want to read our math focus points for the day. So today we are going to be determining area using square units and half units. So remember when we did our tetronymo puzzles and we had some square units that were half or partial. So we're going to be using that experience today again. We're going to be finding the areas of rectangles and square units. Okay. We're going to understanding that area is additive through finding the area of rectilinear shapes. So we will be doing that in just a moment. We're also going to be finding the areas of partially covered rectangles. So you're going to be seeing partially covered rectangles in your workbook pages today. All right, so let's start off. We're going to start off by looking at this shape here. So we've been using square inches to measure area, but the measurements on these shapes are not in inches. What units are being used here? Well, I see the cm, which means centimeters. To think about that benchmark, centimeters are a little bit smaller than inches, okay? So how could we find the area of this shape? And what do you notice? So we know by finding the area of rectangles, we could just count the square units or square centimeters inside the shape. Okay, so we could do that. But as we progress in our learning, we're going to be finding areas of bigger and probably different kinds of shapes. So that may not be the most efficient way of finding the area. So it can be confusing figuring out the dimensions of this rectangle because it's not really a rectangle. It's a rectilinear shape, and a rectilinear shape is where more than one or two or more rectangles are put together. Okay, and there are all these different numbers showing lengths of different sides of the shape. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to break this rectilinear shape into two different rectangles, two smaller rectangles. Okay. So if I do that, it makes it a little bit easier to see the dimensions of the rectangles. Okay, so let me do this. If I were to cover up the red rectangle, what are the dimensions of the blue rectangle? You're right, a 6 by 2. And I can imagine 6 rows, 2 columns, 6 rows of 2, and I know I can find area by multiplying. So for the blue rectangle, put it over here, blue rectangle, the area is 6 times 2. Okay, so 6 times 2 is what? 12. So this is the area of the blue rectangle is 12 square centimeters. Okay. Do you see that? Okay. Now we're going to find the red rectangle. Do this, and it helps again to cover up the rectangles you're not using. All right. Now this can be a little bit confusing because I have a lot more numbers. But if I do look at the blue, this whole side is 8 centimeters. I've already calculated the measurement for the blue rectangle. So what are my dimensions of the red rectangle? You're right, I have 4 rows, 4 by 6, because for this rectangle, this measurement would be 2 centimeters. This whole side is 8, so this side has to be 6. 2 plus 6 is 8, so that gets me this whole side, but since I'm just looking at the red rectangle, I know this measurement is 6, so the area is going to be 4 times 6 for the red rectangle. Okay, so 4 times 6, I know that 2 times 6 is 12. And if I had another 2 times 6, that would be 4 times 6. So 2 times 6 equals 12. 12 plus 12 is 24. You could also skip count. 6, 12, 18, 24 square centimeters. Now, if I wanted to find the total area of this rectilinear shape, what would I have to do? Well, for the whole shape, the area, I would have to add the area from the blue rectangle to the area of the red rectangle. Okay, so the total area is going to be 12 plus 24. That too, sorry. 12 plus 24. So my total area is going to be 10 plus 10 is 20. 10 plus 20 is 30. 2 plus 4 is 6. So my total area is going to be 36 square centimeters. Okay. All right, so what we can do is we can break shapes into different sized parts. And as long as we make certain we include each of those parts, when we add the area of those smaller parts, it gives us the area of the total shape. Okay, so I know there's a lot of measurements and dimensions here, but you've got to reason through. Okay, just like we did to find the dimensions of the red rectangle. Okay. And you are going to be working on different page numbers. Let's see, 248 where it gives you the square units, and then 249 where you're not going to have the square units, okay, inside. So we're going to be discussing in our next video number 4. Okay, so as you finish your work, if you will turn to number 4 on page 249 before you start the next video. Okay? All right, guys, I will catch you in the next video.